I'm going to show you the easiest swing for senior golfers. Heck, this will even work if you're only 18. Does your golf swing look like this, or you play with someone that looks like this? All upper body, all hands and arms swinging the golf club. Somewhere over the years you've been told to keep your lower body quiet. But the problem is when you keep this lower body quiet, it restricts your golf swing. It doesn't have flow, doesn't have momentum, puts a lot of strain on your joints. Now, this is fine for the best players in the world. They have the flexibility in that to really wind their body up and swing through with power. But as we get older, it's not as easy. So I've always loved looking at the old classic swings. You see them like your Arnold Palmer, your Jack Nicklaus, your Johnny Miller, even Seve. You see them moving their legs, getting a lot more active. It's a lot more free flowing. Now for you, that's going to make it a lot easier to free up how your shoulders move. You can get a better turn, a bigger turn, ultimately get more power in your golf swing, because I'm guessing you've been losing distance over the years and you're trying to get it back and you just don't know how. So the first thing you need to do is free up those hips. So at the moment, if your hips are staying really rigid and still, as you make your swing, if they're looking something like this, they've hardly turned at all, I want you to really feel those hips rotating as you make your backswing. Now, if you have some sort of injury or there's some reason why you can't move them as much as you used to, there's some things you can do. The first thing you can do is flare out that trail foot. Instead of having it pointing more straight on towards you and the camera there, have it pointing more on a 45-degree angle. And you'll notice straight away that frees your body up to make a bigger backswing. Now, you don't have to swing all the way to the top here, 90 degrees. If you can only swing to there, that's fine. But you need to free up those hips so they rotate, which enables then your shoulders or your upper body or torso to rotate a lot more freely just by flaring out that trail foot. Now, if that's not quite enough, you're still not finding you're getting the rotation you're after, it's another thing you can do. You can lift that lead heel off the ground. So it'll look something like this, off the ground like that. Players like Bubba Watson, Molinari does that as well. All the older players I mentioned earlier, they all lift that lead heel off the ground because it frees up the hips. You free up the hips, you free up the upper body, you're able to turn easier. You're getting a lot more power in your swing. So from this angle here, I want you to really free up those hips and let them rotate. Don't keep them stationary and still. Don't let them feel restricted. Let them turn. Let's flare out that foot. And let's let everything turn and through. And again, we can lift that. You probably can't see the lead heel from this angle, but I'm going to lift it up. And I can feel my upper body just having no problems at all turning and swinging through with a lot less restrictions. It's more free flowing, less likely to get any injuries, and you're going to gain more power, more distance out on the golf course. Now for the downswing, I want you to focus on two areas for me. Talked about flaring out that trail of that right foot in the backswing. Now the downswing, if you're struggling to get your body rotating and getting those legs moving, because at impact, this is the same for driver, iron or hybrid. You want those legs rotating open. You really want those legs to be actively rotating open so you can get through like this. Most of the pros you see on TV, they get that massive rotation at impact. Yes, they are flexible, but if you can move your hips correctly, you can get into these great spots here, no problem at all. So flare out that lead foot. We talked about the backswing. For the downswing, flare that lead foot out. I know that will restrict you to a certain degree in the backswing, but you can flare out both these feet and that will help get more rotation, more speed through the golf ball. Now the second thing, and I think the most important, sometimes a bit of a challenge for golfers, but it is incredibly important and has some great benefits for you, and that is feeling your lead shoulder and your lead hip going down at the start of your downswing. So it'll look like this. So as we go to the top of our backswing, we want lead shoulder, lead hip going down. Just as you start your downswing, down. What that does, it gets your shoulder stacked on top of your hip, on top of your foot, keeps everything in neutral joint alignment so that when you get through to impact, you're right there. You're stacked over it. That's how you compress it. You get more distance, more power, and more accuracy. So that's the feel I want you to do. I'll do that again. It is challenging, and you'll probably find when you first start doing this, you may hit a few pulls, but stick with it. Just takes a bit of practice. Left shoulder, left hip, down. Stick with it, and then through. As I said, you may hit some pulls, you may hit some smother hooks to the left, and you'll think this doesn't work, but stick with the process. It does take a bit of practice. Let's show from this angle here. We're going to go to the top here. We'll go left shoulder, lead hip, down. Keep those wrist angles, particularly that trail wrist, down there, and then through. It is a really powerful move. I've been doing this myself, really focusing on it the last few years. My ball striking has improved immensely right through the bag with all the golf clubs, just for that one feel. Now, how I want you to practice this is doing slow rehearsals. You can even do it as part of a pre-shot routine if that works for you. Make your backswing nice and slow. I'm just going to go lead shoulder, lead hip down, there. And just do little pumps, and then through. Really powerful move. Practice it over and over and stick with the process. Even if you start hitting those poor shots, keep doing it, and with more repetition, you'll become a lot better at it. Your ball striking will improve. So we're going to go here. We're going to go pump, pump, and through. Powerful move. It'll not only work for senior golfers, it will work for any age golfers, any handicaps, help you lower those golf scores. Now, important video coming up that ties in with this, because this talks about how the shoulders move in the golf swing, talks about how they don't turn as much as you think, and that you need this whole upper body moving. Really powerful stuff. Make sure you watch it. I'll see you on it.